I was recently given the opportunity of working with Geordie Smith, a really brilliant young surfer from South Africa. Geordie's 6'2" and about 200 pounds, so he's one of the biggest guys on tour. And one of his weaknesses is surfing in small waves, using a lot of energy. He's fantastic in big, powerful waves and long point waves. But you can see on this little day at Oceanside, although he surfs well and he's got good carve and flow and he's surfing, the boards don't seem to have enough flotation and he doesn't seem to have enough energy. Now this is going to be a vitally important part of his WCT campaign, is being able to get through those hard heats when the waves are not good. So we focused on pumping up the energy and, as Geordie said, exaggerating his moves. So we want to exaggerate the moves, we want to make them bigger, more powerful, we want the arms to be moving, we want to see the legs pumping. And look at the way Geordie was moving his board at this day at Newport. So much more flow and quickness, and he's using his power, but he's actually got great rhythm and style working these little waves. A better surfboard, a little bit more float, a little bit more width and thickness, and he's able to get the board with great rhythm up and down, and this is really great flow and rhythm just hitting off sections. Geordie's performance in these waves really started to light up, and I really wanted to push this whole aspect of high performance, exaggerated maneuvers with lots of energy and speed, and I think it'll really help him at waves like the Superbank. Then we wanted to push not just performance and moves, but radical moves, spinning the board around, airs, add those moves into the small wave act, because these are going to be vital with all the young kids coming along. And you can just see the way he pumps up and lands a real nice little air. What I really wanted to help Geordie in better waves with was actually pumping up the wave count, learning how to get smaller waves, and just using his carving style with the flow. And you can see the way he uses a lot of front foot power and is able to keep the momentum moving forward down the wave. And look at the way he twists his upper body to go right up vertical on this re-entry maneuver. I love the way he's able to keep the flow going. This is really big, solid, traditional carve surfing, which is what Geordie is known for. But by coming here to California and working in these waves that are pretty gutless, he's able to learn how to use that power and take weight off sometimes to keep the board flowing on smaller waves. On this next wave, you can see how Geordie comes up with just a brilliant big carving slash cutback here and maintains speed through this move. Look at the way he gets the board on edge and flows with power and speed through this move, corrects the move off the white water and gets the board back into position to get a really big, clean tail out floater re-entry here, which is really great sequence of moves. This is the kind of carving surfing that's going to take Geordie to the top on the WCT, but he's got to get wave count, got to get tons of waves and got to ride them and finish each wave cleanly at the end. That was a great utilization of that wave. Now you can see in this one he's a little bit late on the takeoff, but what I tried to do was work on Geordie to get the big moves going in the middle of the wave, not at the end of the wave. And you can see how he's setting up a risky move here for a big air, which will be a high scoring maneuver on the WCT. Floating the air, landing it cleanly, getting position on the board, getting his weight back on top of it, and then going into another re-entry maneuver with tail out, pushing hard, finishing the wave off cleanly. This is the kind of great surfing that I really, really like to watch Geordie do. Now, of course, in the end of this thing, he doesn't finish that one move, which was a bit of a bummer. He has to finish every wave. Now watch this backside move. So committed, big re-entry, and completely throws the tail completely out. That kind of unleashed abandon is the kind of surfing that Geordie has to do to win on the WCT. And then he pulls it back together and does a second extraordinary move on this wave. Now this is the kind of 2 or 3 move wave that Geordie needs to get 9s and 10s on the CT. Two huge maneuvers, comes in with speed, finishes the wave off neatly. This is really high level surfing. It's the kind of hot surfing that Geordie needs to do to win a world title, and that's the goal. This is Kanga Cairns. See you later.